Success and failure. In the process of achieving goals, we unknowingly create unnecessary stress for ourselves by the successes and failures we experience during this process. Hence, in this series, let's delve into what is success and failure. How do we create stress out from pursuing success? And how should we perceive success and failure so that we no longer create stress for ourselves and ultimately, no longer be bounded by them? What is success and failure? By common understanding, success is when we have achieved some kind of goal that we set, while the opposite is failure. They are experienced when we set out to achieve the goals or desires we want. Since it is what we want to achieve, how is it that during this process, we will at times feel stressful? Why do we feel stressful when experiencing success and failure? It is in the understanding of what is being experienced during the process of achieving goals that we know how wrong causes arise. Then it is by taking actions to weed them out and creating the right causes that we no longer suffer stress under them. While the understanding of success and failure is objective and easy to understand, it lacks the emotions that come with them. And it is in these emotions that lies the key in knowing why we experience these unnecessary stress. When we achieved success, we feel happy, euphoric, a sense of relief and many other positive feelings. The opposite applies when we experienced failure. We feel sad, dejected, increased in tension, and other negative feelings. It is in these emotions that we suffer, even when we experienced success. How is that so? Let's begin with failure. Obviously, no one likes failure because we feel negative when we experience it. So, as much as possible, we will try to avoid failing to the extent of being adverse to it. When we try to avoid failing, we are likely to face the following situations. 1. We take a much longer time to reach completion because we become overly cautious of each step taken. 2. We develop a perfectionist mindset, only wanting and allowing perfect solutions, and not willing to try alternatives. 3. We get progressively more stressful, especially more so when there is a deadline. 4. We develop tunnel vision so much so that we become out of balance in various aspects of our lives. All the above situations lead to unnecessary stress. For success, since we feel positive and high from it, how is it possible that we also suffer from it? The feelings from success are short-lived because we attached these positive feelings to the achievement. Once the achievement is over or no longer exist, these feelings will also cease to exist. When we are unaware that these are just states in the process, we unknowingly want to experience the feelings of success again and again, probably also wanting to increase the frequency of such experiences. In this pursuit of success, there is the tendency to chase after the same type of achievement. Although there is nothing wrong in this, we may begin developing a narrow perspective of choosing life experiences. This invariably leads to imbalances in our lives. With each pursuit of success, we may also increase our avoidance for failures and fear of how others look at us when we fail. This increase in avoidance and fear leads to increasing stress and sufferings in our lives. For example, when we get promoted, we feel happy, and to chase after that happiness again, we chase for the next promotion and the next. We might think that we are getting happier with each gain in titles and statuses, but in truth, we are only going in circles chasing after same things to experience feelings of happiness. In this process, we also tend to think that happiness can only be experienced through titles and statuses. With each title gained and each status achieved, we are likely to be more fearful of failure because we are afraid of losing all the achievements we have worked so hard for, and how others view us when we fail. Hence, this is how we suffer from success and failure if we are unaware of what they are actually, and how we wrongly bind ourselves to them. How do we eliminate the suffering created by success and failure? Successes and failures are just part of an undertaken process. No more, no less. There may be times when all we experience are successes, but that does not happen all the time. So we got to acknowledge and accept that facing failures is part of the process. Without this acceptance, we suffer the impossible. With an accepting attitude, our psyche become more conducive to better thinking patterns. This is especially true when facing failures. Failures can also be perceived as steps to success because in failing, we actually eliminate the conditions that are not right for success. By eliminating the wrong conditions, the right conditions will appear. So it is right to say that a single success is born out from many failures. Next, since we attached our emotions to success and failure, our mental states are disturbed greatly when experiencing these events. Success does not need to be met with a great deal of excitement and pride. On the other hand, it is also not necessary to pour negative emotions during failures. And by attaching emotions to success and failure, we inevitably suffer a roller coaster ride of emotions. This is especially dangerous when we are going downwards, where some of us can never reach upwards ever again. Most of us have also placed our emotions in confusing ways, which lead us to be confused between true passion, the natural states of processes, and external conditions such as statuses, titles, and various kinds of recognition. These situations can all be avoided by perceiving them as just states we experienced during the process. With that said, some of us will think that without the fear of failure, without the desire not to fail, and by detaching emotions from success and failure, don't they diminish the desire to succeed in what we have undertaken? By realizing all that we have said, taking a truthful view of what success and failure is about, and why by attaching emotions towards them creates unnecessary suffering, we will further realize that chasing happiness in success does not equate to discovering happiness in knowing who we really are and where our true passions lie. When we discover our true passion, it doesn't really matter if we fail or succeed and how many times we fail, because it is what we truly want and not blinded by anything else. I hope that through this video, we can have a deeper understanding of our inner psyche when we experience both success and failure, and what success and failure is actually. And with this understanding, we can be more calm and even face them with joy instead of creating unnecessary stress and sufferings.